Hello, and welcome back to Thameschat segment number 3. My name's Chris Thames. I work with today's loop. We're gonna get right off into the bat. First and foremost, shout out to Queen B. She killed that performance at Coachella this week. She had the world buzzing. Beehive, Queen B, Beyoncé, everything was trending on every single platform across the world. She shut it down. Her, Solange, Jay-Z, Destiny's Child, shout out to Blue Ivy. Everybody pulled up. Congrats, Beyonce. You got to give credit when it's due, and she is extremely talented. She did her thing out there. OT Genesis with the hit song. Coachella's been very lit. The outfits have been crazy. Females are really, y'all are putting on for the show this time, as you always do. But the outfits, crazy, beautiful. SZA, she brought out Trippy, she brought out Kendrick. That was a beautiful moment. The people loved it. The Weeknd performed already. Everybody liked that. The Weeknd. It's funny, on social media they were saying the Weeknd looked like he was crying, but to be honest, it probably because the desert's hot as shit, and he's performing. And it's hot, it's just hot. Like, he's on stage and it's a lot going on. But yeah, shout out to the yodeling kid. Like, the yodeling kid made an appearance out there at Coachella as well. Like, beautiful waves, beautiful vibes. So shout out to Coachella. Moving on to the next subject, Starbucks. Starbucks, y'all fucked up. Whoever that employee was that felt the need to call the police on those two African American males, there was no need for that. Basically, what I'm hearing is something happened downtown Thursday in Philadelphia, and two black men basically went into a Starbucks and they needed to use the bathroom, and they weren't paying customers, and they sat down and they refused to leave. And I guess an employee there felt the need to call the police on them. That is just, that's ridiculous. There was customers in the Starbucks telling the police officers, hey, these gentlemen didn't do anything. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. They just been sitting here. Now, granted, I've been to Starbucks sometimes and I don't order something right away. Yeah, I may wait 10, 15 minutes. And a matter of fact, sometimes I go to Starbucks and I do work and I don't even order anything. Yeah, so cops, there's no need for them to be called when people are sitting out there. This was a very racist move, and Starbucks, you're gonna have to be boycotted for this, because you did something wrong here. Either something needs to happen. Like, this is bullshit. That cannot be happening. But moving on, NBA playoffs, summertime waves. Summer's right around the corner. We love NBA playoffs. A lot of people. I know there's a lot of people who do watch the NBA during the year, but a lot of people just watch the NBA during the playoffs. And it's a fun time because you get to see people put on for their cities, like the juice at its highest level. So, Miami Heat, they lost their first game to the Sixers, and the Sixers didn't even have Joel. Ben Simmons, he's pretty nasty. I think the 76ers might make it pretty far, to be honest. It might be the 76ers and Cleveland for the Eastern Conference matchup. But let me know if I'm wrong. Like, I'm all up for debate. Talk to me, drop a comment, and let's discuss it. But, moving on to other subjects, Donald Trump, he ordered missile strikes on Syria. Syria's been up to some shit. Most people know already. That they've been dealing with some shit with chemicals, and Donald basically ordered strikes on them in an attempt to, basically flex on them, convince them, yo, you need to stop with this chemical weapon shit. You're getting out of control. Now, is it a call for war? I don't know. I'm not a politician, you see. I'll be the first to admit that I'm not in politics. I have friends who are in politics. Shout out to Brian Kelly, right? But I am not. So I can't really say everything that's going on behind the scenes with that. But what I can say is basically President Donald Trump's ambassador, Nikki Haley, said the U.S., and I quote her, U.S. is locked and loaded and ready to punish Syria again if it keeps using chemical weapons. So let's hope we don't get ourselves in another war. I'd hate to see that happen. Um, Moving on to Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey came out this week and basically admitted to having bipolar disorders, stemming back for a little while, and she, she's received a lot of praise from the community because people need to hear things like that. That stuff, it's going on in the community daily. Like, a lot of people suffer from bipolar. A lot of people have issues, mental disorders, health disorders. So it's always good when somebody you look up to possibly can say, hey, this is something that I struggle that I struggle with too. What's interesting is Mariah Carey, back in 2001, if you're a fan of her, back in 2001, she had a big emotional and physical breakdown. I believe she was rushed to the hospital. It's actually around the time she had signed a big deal for a new label. She had signed a multi-million-dollar deal with Virgin Records after leaving Columbia Records. So she was dealing with a lot. And as you know, she's had her relationships. She's had her flings of different men. Some who have more money than her, and some who have less. But despite it all, Mariah Carey continues to move forward and try and put out a positive light for the people. So shout out to Mariah Carey. Keep doing your thing, and people, if you need help, get the help you need. Like, it's better to get the help you need than avoid it. Okay, so on another note, Colin Kaepernick, oh God, man, Seattle Seahawks, why do you tease the boy? Seattle Seahawks said they wanted to meet with him, and then after Kaepernick told him he was still gonna kneel, the Seahawks didn't want to meet with him anymore. And you know what they did after that? They ended up signing a less qualified quarterback who's never played in the Super Bowl. You see, Kaepernick's started in a Super Bowl before, but Seahawks ended up signing another quarterback that's never played in the Super Bowl before. I guess because he'll kneel and Kaepernick won't. So what do you think, like, about the NFL? Like, it looks like they blackballed this man. Let me know your thoughts on that, please. It really is a very unfortunate situation.